There is a specific high-voltage peak during a live event. It's the fraction of a second when a play breaks open, the crowd erupts, and you immediately want to grab the person next to you. But when we try to share that reaction with friends watching in different zip codes, we hit a technical wall. This timeline graph maps out the modern streaming landscape, showing 3 separate households tuned into the same game. Because of varying network paths and streaming bit rates, the delivery is staggered. One house is live, another is delayed by 34 seconds, and a third is over a full minute behind. This creates a structural delay that leads to the spoiler effect. A fan on the fastest feed celebrates and fires off a group text. That data packet travels instantly over the cellular network, arriving on the screen of the slowest viewer before their video feed even shows the snap. Because of this staggered delivery, millions of people are tuning in to the same broadcast, but they are not experiencing the same moment. Fans have tried to engineer their own solutions. They screenshot on-screen game clocks to calculate their delays, or sit on lagged video calls, forcing themselves to wait for the rest of the group to catch up. This fragmentation isolates the energy of the event. For the millions of fans watching solo, they run into the empty room problem. The play happens and the stadium roars, but in the living room, that energy stays trapped behind the glass. You cannot solve a physical infrastructure issue by downloading another streaming app. Rebuilding the live experience requires putting every household back onto the exact same clock. FanLink attacks this problem at the root. It bypasses software fixes and introduces a dedicated physical hardware bridge, a synchronization layer built to sit between the internet and the television. The setup requires no new subscriptions. Users keep their existing Roku, Apple TV, or Fire Stick. There is no FanLink app to download or interface to learn. This schematic details the routing. The FanLink hub intercepts the broadcast feed using a direct HDMI pass-through. The signal moves from the internet through your existing streaming box into the FanLink hub and finally out to the television screen. By placing itself in the HDMI pathway, the hub executes a hardware-level sync. It acts as a physical dam. It captures the incoming variable data streams and holds them locally in a controlled buffer zone. Once the hub communicates with the rest of your network, it releases that buffered media at an identical rate. Every connected living room receives the frames at the same millisecond, hitting absolute zero delay. By forcing hardware alignment across the network, the television stops operating as an isolated monitor. It becomes the anchor for a virtual suite that supports real-time, zero-latency interaction. With the video synced, the system introduces the FanLink Pro bar. This wide-angle camera and microphone array mounts to the television, capturing the room's energy to provide a human connection. Placing a camera inside a home requires absolute trust. To address the vulnerability of living room hardware, FanLink operates on a strict user bill of rights, a set of engineering standards that are built into the device. This conceptual model demonstrates their primary defense: edge-only processing. The synchronization calculations and AI reaction tracking are executed on the local processor sitting in your home, which actively rejects raw data uploads to remote cloud servers. To guarantee control, the hardware relies on physical failsafes rather than software toggles. A mechanical privacy shutter physically covers the lens, and a hardwired kill switch cuts power to the unit. Reclaiming the stadium experience is only possible if you have verifiable mechanical proof that your living room remains private. Removing stream latency creates a foundation for experiences that were previously impossible. The first is live talk. Using local AI, the hardware tracks the energy of the room. When your group jumps up to celebrate or shout, the system detects that motion and triggers group effects for everyone in the suite, replacing delayed group chats with natural presence. Then there are the financial stakes. In modern sports betting, broadcast delays give an unfair advantage to data providers. The odds on your phone update, but the play on your screen is still seconds behind. This comparison shows how FanLink's BetSync solves the timing gap. Because the broadcast feed is forced into alignment, users can place head-to-head wagers through licensed sportsbooks, watching the odds shift in lockstep with the game on screen. Finally, the platform introduces SyncEats. A digital AI waiter monitors the timing of the live event, coordinating food deliveries from local platforms to arrive exactly when the game pauses for halftime. Perfect synchronization provides the structural foundation required to rebuild the multi-sensory stadium experience inside a home. This infrastructure scales beyond live sports. It applies to esports championships, breaking news, global music festivals, and live award shows. The technology is moving fast. The engineering team has already completed core system development and validated synchronization across dual-device networks, shifting focus to live multi-node demonstrations. To accelerate this real-world stress testing, FanLink is opening a limited number of Founders beta pairs. Early adopters can bring the hardware into their homes now to link up their living rooms. The future of live media requires fixing the clock. We can stop watching isolated screens and get back to sharing the exact same heartbeat in real time.